Hi my dear friends, welcome to my channel Venus EduTech. In this video, I am going to teach you the topic circular seating arrangement. This topic is a bit time consuming section, but once you practice more questions, it would be so easy for you. So let's start. So in the circular seating arrangement, you should consider certain points. Here, if the question is 8 persons are sitting around a square table, that means you have to draw a square table, okay, and 8 persons are sitting, 4 at the corners and 4 inside, right? Now if suppose these 8 persons are sitting in a circle, then how it will become? Like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Suppose these 8 persons are sitting in a rectangular table, how it will become? Like this, right? So 3 cases are usually asking: 1 2 3 4 in the middle of the table and in the corners of the table. Okay, understood? Now the next point to remember is that if the question says some of them are facing the center and some are facing outside, facing the center means the arrow should be inside, okay, and facing outside means the arrow should be like this, that is opposite to the center. Understood? So 2 cases are: facing the center means arrow should be inside, towards the center means facing arrow should be like this, okay, facing the center, so towards inside the circle or rectangle or square table, okay. Now facing outside the center means the arrow should be like this, it should point outside the circle or square or rectangle. Understood? This is the second point to remember. And now third point to remember is that if a person is facing inside the center, then his left is in the clockwise direction and his right is in the anti-clockwise direction, okay. And if a person is facing outside the center, then it implies that his left is in the anti-clockwise direction and his right is in the clockwise direction. I will tell you with an example. Suppose 8 persons or 6 persons or whatever, how many persons, that does not a matter. So some of the persons are sitting around a circular table, and suppose this person is facing the center, then his left is in the clockwise direction, that means he is standing here or sitting here, okay, and his left is here and his right is here. Understood? So when a person is third to the left of the, suppose this is A, the person A, and suppose D is sitting second to the left of A, that means this is A and second to the left of A means here the person D is sitting. Understood? Suppose the person E is sitting third to the right of A. So third to the right of A is this, right? So third to the right means 1 2 3. Here E is sitting. Understood? So if a person is facing inside the center, his left is in the clockwise direction and his right is in the anti-clockwise direction. Now suppose the person is facing outside the center. This person is suppose facing outside the center S, and his right is here. Because the person is standing here, assume that you are standing here or sitting here, then your right is here and your left is here. That means your right is in the clockwise direction and your left is in the anti-clockwise direction. That's what I have written here, okay. Facing inside the center means your left is in the clockwise, right is in the anti-clockwise. Facing outside the center means left means anti-clockwise and right means clockwise direction, okay. These are the main things you have to consider before going to this topic. This is the first question of the circular seating arrangement. 8 friends L, M, N, O, P, Q, R and S are sitting around a square table. So I have drawn 3 square tables that I will tell you later why I have drawn 3 instead of 1. Okay, a square table in such a way that 4 of them sit at 4 corners while 4 sit in the middle of each of the 4 sides. So 4 of them sit in the middle of the square table and 4 of them sit at the corners, okay. I am drawing here also and here also. I will tell why I have drawn these 2 extra square table. Okay, now the ones who sit in the middle of the sides face the center. The persons who are sitting in the middle faces the center. Faces the center means pointing towards inside the square table, right? So the middle of the persons are sitting towards the center. So the arrow point should be like this. Okay, now we can go to the question. The ones who sit in the middle of the sides face the center, while those who sit at four corners face outside. Facing outside means opposite to the center. So those who are sitting at the corners face outside. Sitting at the corners, those persons are facing outside. Outside means the arrow point should be like this. That is opposite to the center. Okay. Now going to the points, conditions. R sits third to the right of P. We don't know where is R, where is P. So go to the second statement. P sits on one of the corners of the table. Okay. So one of the corners of the table P is sitting. So suppose P is here. Okay. Now in the first sentence what they said, R sits third to the right of P. So this is P facing outside. So his right is clockwise direction, right? So third to the right of P, who is sitting? R. So R sits third to the right of P. Okay. Now P sits on one of the corners of the table that I have told. Only one person sits between O and R. Between O and R there is only one person. That means either O is here or O is here. Then only that statement is correct. So suppose O is here, then I have drawn another condition also, because O can be here also, right? So draw another square table satisfying the same conditions, except O should be here. Why? O should be either here or here. That's why I have drawn two tables. Okay. So only one person sits between O and R. There are two conditions possible. One is here and one is this one. That is O here. M is one of the immediate neighbors of O. M is one of the immediate neighbors. Here the immediate neighbors of O are P and only one option is M. Okay. And here the immediate neighbors of O is M. So M can be here, M can be here also. That's why I have drawn another square table also. So satisfying the same conditions P, R, O, except O can be here, sorry, M can be here or M can be here. Okay. So M is one of the immediate neighbors of O. N sits second to the right of M. Second to the right of M. Here M is facing outside. So right means clockwise. So second to the right of M, who is sitting? N. And here M is here. So the right of M means in this direction. So second to the right of M should be N, but it is P. So this condition is not possible. Now going to the other table. Towards the right of M. Right of M means here. Here who should be sitting? N. N sits second to the right of M. Okay. Only three people sit between M and L. Between M and L, only three people are sitting. So 1, 2, 3. L should come here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Only three people sit between M and L. And this diagram is not possible because the previous condition is not satisfied. This diagram may be possible. So 3 persons sits between M and L. 1, 2, 3. So L should be here according to the statement, but it is P. So this diagram is also not possible. So this is the correct diagram. Okay. Only 3 people sit between M and L. S sits to the immediate right of L. To the immediate right. Facing outside the center means his right is here in the clockwise direction. So to the immediate right of L, who is sitting? S. Okay. So the other friend is Q. Q should be here. So this is the correct diagram. Now these are the 5 questions and this is our diagram. Okay, this is the obtained diagram from the conditions. First question is, what is the position of N with respect to L? So with respect to L, what is the position of N? So to the left, right of L is here and left of L is here. So N is second to the left of L. Okay, question is, what is the position of N with respect to L? With respect to L, N is second to the left of L, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th to the right of R, or second to the left of N. Okay, so the answer is, the option given is second to the left of n. Second to the left of L. So position of n with respect to L is second to the left of L. Understood? Second question, which of the following statement is true with respect to R? With respect to R, which of the statements are true? First one, either 2 or 4 persons sit between R and S. Between R and S, how many persons are sitting? In both the directions. Looking this direction, 3 persons. Looking this direction also 3 persons. But either 2 or 4 persons sit between R and S. This statement is not true. Second option, Q sits second to the right of R. To the right of R, second to the right of R, it is O, not Q. So this is also false. Going to the third statement, L sits third to the left of R. Third to the left of R means here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, L sits third to the left of R. This is true. Option 3 is true. Fourth one, sorry, not this one, this one, okay. Now fourth one, R is an immediate neighbor of N and Q. No, R is an immediate neighbor of N and M, not Q. None of the options is true. Our answer is option 3. That is, L sits third to the left of R. Understood? Now going to the third question. How many people sit between R and S when counted from the right of R? Right of R is here. So from the right of R, how many people sit between R and S? How many persons? 1, 2, 3. So 3 people sit between R and S when counted from the right of R. Fourth question, who sits second to the left of O? O's left is here, okay. So to the second left of O, who is sitting? R. Now next question, 4 of the following 5 are alike. That means similar in a certain way and so form a group. Which is the one that does not belong to that group? S, Q, O, R, M are the options. S, Q, O, R, M. When we look these options, S is in the towards the middle, facing the center. Q is also facing the center. O is also facing the center. R is also facing the center. But M is facing outside. That is opposite to the center. So the odd one is M. Okay. Going to the second question. 8 friends J, K, L, M, N, O, P and Q are sitting around a square table in such a way that 4 of them sit at 4 corners while 4 sit in the middle of each of the 4 sides, similar to the previous one. Now, the ones who sit in the middle of the sides face the center, while those who sit at the 4 corners face outside. Face outside means opposite to the center. So, the persons who are sitting in the middle faces the center. Faces the center means arrow should be inside the table, right? So, the persons who are sitting in the middle faces inside the center. And those who are in the corners face outside. So, those persons who are sitting at the corners faces outside. Okay. So, here I have drawn 2 diagrams that I will tell you later why I have drawn 2 instead of 1. Now, the conditions are L sits third to the right of M. We can't predict anything in the first sentence itself because we don't know where is L, where is M. Now go to the second sentence. M sits in middle of one of the sides of the table. So in the middle is M. So suppose M is here. Okay. Now third to the right of M, it is L. So this is facing inside the center. That means its right means anti-clockwise, right? So right is in this direction. So third to the right means 1, 2, 3. So here is L. L sits third to the right of M. Now only 3 people sit between L and Q. Between L and Q, only 3 people are sitting. So taking this direction, considering this direction, 1, 2, 3. Here it is Q. Considering this direction also, 1, 2, 3, Q. That means only 3 people are sitting between L and Q. Understood? Only one person sits between Q and P. Between Q and P, there is only one person sitting. Understood? Between Q and P, there is only one person. So P can come here also. P can come here also. That's why I have drawn 2 diagrams. Q, M and P can come here also because the statement is only one person sits between Q and P. Here only one person sits between Q and P. Here also one person sits between Q and P. Now N is one of the immediate neighbors of P. One of the immediate neighbors of P is N. Here it is, there is only one option, that is here, because the other immediate neighbor of P is M. And in case of here, N can come here or here. N is one of the immediate neighbors of P. So it should be either here or here. Now only 3 people sit between N and K. Between N and K there are only 3 people. 1, 2, 3. Taking this direction also 1, 2, 3. So here it is K. Between N and K only 3 people. So considering suppose N is sitting here, then K should be here, but it is M here. So N is not here. Understood? Considering N here, 1, 2, 3. K is here. So only 3 people sit between N and K. N is here. Now J sits second to the right of K. To the right of, second to the right of K, who it is? Second to the right of K. Right of K means in this direction, right? 1, 2. Second to the right of K, it should be J, but it is M here. So this is not the correct diagram. Now considering this, second to the right of K. Right of K is in this direction. So second to the right means here. So here, who is sitting? J. J sits second to the right of K. So the remaining friend is J, K, L, M, N. O is not here. So O should be here. So this is the correct diagram. Okay. Now these are the questions. Our diagram, obtained diagram is this one. So first question is, how many people sit between J and P when counted from the right of P? So the right of P is here, right? So when counted from the right of P, how many people sit between J and P? None, because the immediate neighbor of P is J. So the first answer is none. None is sitting between P and J when counted from the right of P. Now going to the second question, 4 of the following 5 are alike in a certain way and so form a group. Which is the one that does not belong to that group? The options are Q, O, P, L, K. Q outside the center, O outside the center, L outside the center, P outside the center, but K is facing inside the center. So the odd one is K. Now third question, which of the following is true regarding O? O is here. So regarding O, which is the statement that is true? O sits at middle of one of the sides. No, O is sitting at the corner. So the first statement is not correct. Second, both M and K are immediate neighbors of O. Yes, it is true. Both M and K are immediate neighbors of O. So the answer is 2. We can look at the rest 3 also. N sits second to the left of O. To the second to the left of O, it is L, not N. So this is not right. Only 3 people sit between O and J. Between O and J, it is 2 people, not 3 people. So this is also not right. None is true. So the answer is both M and K are immediate neighbors of O, option 2. Now going to the third question, what is the position of L with respect to P? With respect to P, the position of L is second to the right, right? Second to the right of P, it is L. So the position of L with respect to P is second to the right of P. Okay. Fifth question, who sits second to the left of Q? Second to the left of Q, it is O. So the answer is O. So this is one of the most challenging topics in the reasoning section, because your challenge is to get the correct diagram in less than a minute. If you are not obtaining this correct diagram, then leave the question and attempt other questions. Otherwise, you will not get any time to do other questions. If you get the correct diagram to a maximum of 1 minute, in a maximum of 1 minute you are getting the correct diagram, then you will definitely score 5 out of 5, because 5 sub questions will be there based on this diagram. So try to obtain correct diagram in the time limit. Okay, so practice more questions from these sections. Going to the workout questions, 8 friends P, Q, R, S, T, U, V and W are sitting around a square table in such a way that 4 of them sit at 4 corners while 4 sit in the middle of the 4 sides. The ones who sit at the 4 corners face the center, while those who sit in the middle of the sides face outside. Okay, now the conditions are: V sits second to the right of R sits in the middle of one of the sides of the table. Only 2 people sit between B and Q. S is one of the immediate neighbors of Q. T sits second to the left of S. P sits second to the left of U. V is not an immediate neighbor of U. The 5 questions are: first one, how many people sit between R and T when counted from the right of R? Second question, which of the following is true regarding P? Both T and R are immediate neighbors of P. Only 3 people sit between P and S. P sits at middle of one of the sides. W sits second to the left of P. None of the given options is true. Third question, what is the position of V with respect to Q? Fourth question, 4 of the following 5 are alike in a certain way and so form a group. Which is the one that does not belong to that group? Q, T, S, R, B. Fifth question, who sits second to the left of W? Second workout question, 8 people L, M, N, O, P, Q, R and S are sitting around a circular table with equal distance between each other, but not necessarily in the same order. Some of them are facing the center while some are facing outside, that is away from the center. M sits third to the left of L. Only 3 people sit between M and S. P sits to the immediate right of S. Immediate neighbors of P face opposite directions. Only one person sits between P and O. R sits second to the right of O. Both R and N face the same direction as S. Immediate neighbors of Q faces opposite directions. P does not face outside. O faces a direction opposite to that of M. And the questions are, first one, how many people sit between L and Q when counted from the left of Q? Second question, which of the following statements is true as per the given arrangement? Q faces the center. Only 3 people sit between P and L. R sits to the immediate right of N. None is true. N is an immediate neighbor of O. Third question, who sits third to the left of P? Fourth question, how many people face the center as per the given arrangement? Fifth question, what will come in place of question mark in the given series based on the positions as given in the arrangement? PS, LR, MP, SM, and the next one you have to find out. Sixth question, as per the given arrangement, O is related to L in the same way as M is related to S. Following the same pattern, to whom is N related? Going to the third workout question, 8 family members P, Q, R, S, T, U, V and W are sitting around a circular table but not necessarily in the same order. Some of them are females and some are males. All of them are related to each other in some way or the other. Some of them are facing the center while some are facing outside. Facing outside means opposite to the center. T sits second to the right of Q. Q faces the center. Only 2 people sit between T and R. R is the daughter of P. No female is an immediate neighbor of R. W is not an immediate neighbor of Q. W is the wife of U. U sits third to the right of W. S is neither an immediate neighbor of W nor T. R's brother sits to her immediate right. Neither Q nor U is the brother of R. P's wife sits to the immediate right of T. P sits second to the left of his wife. Only 3 people sit between P and his brother. Both the immediate neighbors of R face opposite directions. R's husband sits to the immediate right of V. T and U face a direction opposite to that of P. And the questions are, first one, how many people sit between Q and V's daughter when counted from the left of Q? Second question, if it is given that Q is the father of V, then what is the position of Q with respect to Q's son-in-law? Third question, which of the following statements regarding V is definitely correct? V is the sister of T. V sits second to the left of U. Q and P are immediate neighbors of V. None of the given options is correct. V is the sister-in-law of U. Fourth question, who amongst the following faces the center? R, T, V, P, W. Fifth question, who sits exactly between R and P when counted from the left of P? Sixth question, who sits third to the right of T? I will give you the solutions in the next video. Apart from these workout questions, do more questions from the materials you have. So if you find my channel useful and informative, do support me by subscribing the channel and sharing it with your friends. See you in the next video. Till then, have a good day and thank you.